Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be Train With Me part 2 and I'm going to be talking about people's dream updates for SSO. I'm going to start with what my dream update would be, and I think it would have to be to do with the stable. I would really like if there was like a field area in the back and we could put all our horses there so they weren't just stuck in the stable. I feel like it would just be really nice. At least they say that they're in a field, but I would actually like to be able to access the field. So now I'm going to be talking about other people's dream updates. Also, I'm very sorry I sound like a dead cat right now. I know my voice is just terrible. So the first dream update that I read was permanent market for all the older horses that have been and will be removed. I think that would be a nice thing, but I don't think it would ever work with the game, unfortunately, because I read that the old horses, because they were made with the old version, they would just never work in the new one. I saw like someone else talking about how they love that the old horses are rare now, how it's hard to find them and they like that. I don't know. The next one was being able to fall off your horse, and that'd be really cool. I do think that's a really cool idea. I think that would be really fun and funny, but I do think a lot of people wouldn't use it for the right reasons. I can just see people just messing about with it, like doing it in Steve's farm, just like falling off their horse, like when they're not actually falling off their horse. But for roleplay reasons, I think that would be a really fun idea. The next one says real cross-country races with ditches and water jumps. I think it's a really good idea, and I think Star Stable probably will end up doing that. They're always making new races, and when they make new areas, which isn't often anymore, but when they do it, they do lots of races, and I think it's a really good idea. But I do think, like, obviously they focus a lot on cross-country races anyway, so honestly they might fulfill your wish with SSO. The next one was another way to get star coins without money. I understand why people would want that, but Star Stable, like the team, they have to make money somehow, and I think that's why they don't do it. Obviously people would be paying for Star Rider, but I don't think it meets the ends. I know that I'm pretty sure 2021, 2022 and 2023 they lost money, but 2024 they didn't lose money. They actually made money, but they have been losing money, which was really bad for them. And you know, this is with buying star coins as well. The next one was I wish you could sell the horses you don't want for star coins. I think this is such a good idea. I really do. Personally, I don't sell my horses. I just could never do that. I know that people do it all the time, but I do think this would be a good way to make star coins, because the horses on here are worth a lot, so I don't see why they wouldn't be worth star coins even if you're selling them effectively, like second hand. The next one was I want to see a loft/apartment in our home stable, more Western representation and more tech accessories. Oh my god, if they had like a loft or apartment for our character, I honestly think that would be like the best thing that could happen to Star Stable right now, because it would just be so exciting. It would get so many people back on the game. Also, like, where do our characters even sleep? They've never slept, and I think if it was connected to the stable as well, that would be really cute. And then if you could like personalize it your own way. Again, this would be like a huge update, and it would take a long time. It's a very big ask. It's probably too much to ask for, really. The next one was first person riding. I also think that this would be a really good idea. I think it should just be one of those things that's an option anyway. I don't know why they haven't done that yet, because I know a lot of games have the option to do it first person. The next one was I want to take more horses outside of me so I don't have to run to my stable to change my horses. I don't know how this would work, because where would you put the other horse whilst you're on your horse? Like, would you just leave it somewhere and then everyone else that's leaving a horse, would theirs be like, would we be able to see everyone else's second horse that's out as well? Because that could get quite messy. Just with the area, it might make more lag, I'm not sure. I understand the situation though. I hate having to go to my stable all the time just to change outfit. The next one was for the jumping to look better. I definitely think this is something they're always working on. Horses are literally the hardest thing to make look realistic, and from what they were, I think it's a big improvement. But yeah, there's always room for more improvement as well. Next one was for the Dino Valley quests / lore. I 100% agree with this. I love the Dino Valley, and I remember when I unlocked the area and it was a really big moment, and I used to find it really scary. I don't know about you, but I used to find the area really scary. I'd always get lost. They made it less cloudy. I think that was a really good idea. The thing is, obviously they have a new team for Star Stable, so they will update the area, and a lot of people are upset that they'll update the area. They more want quests, not the area as such changing, and I do agree with that because I do love the area. I think it's really mysterious. I don't know why they just completely forgot about that area, to be honest. The next one was being able to try horses before buying them. I used to think that this was something that I wanted, but I think with the new update that happened like a few years ago, where you get to see its gates before riding it, I don't think there's any specific reason other than looking at the gates, which we already see. I don't see much reason for being able to ride it. Obviously I think it would be nice, but I don't know how it would work really. I don't know if this would put people off the horse or not. Like, if you get the chance to ride it, would that make people want the horse or not? Obviously their goal is to get people to want a horse as much as they can, and usually when you can't get a horse, when you can't have the horse, it makes you want it more. And I just think if they allowed you to ride it, I don't know, it might not make you want it as bad, or maybe if you realise once you're riding it that you don't like it, that might have a negative effect on how you like the horses. But then again, it might make you like the horses more after riding it. I just think that would be like a big part where people would just always be riding all the different horses, like even if it's just for like 1 minute. I know myself that I would definitely be having like a short ride of the horses. Maybe if you could pay like star coins to be able to get the chance to ride it. The next one was getting more star coins for buying Lifetime Star Rider. My boyfriend Ruben, he got Star Rider Lifetime the other day, and he got, I think it was 2,400, and I think that does the job, to be honest. I think it is a lot, and I do also think that 100 star coins a week is a lot as well. Obviously when you're playing every day it doesn't feel like a lot, but when I don't play Star Stable and I come back a few months later, I think, oh my god, like this Star Rider is so worth it. I also think you need to think about the fact that, again, they need to make money, and if they started giving us more, then they wouldn't make as much money. The next one was, I really want to see horse blankets so bad. Me too. Oh my god, I would love that, just for like roleplay reasons. I think that's why most people want it, for realistic roleplay. The next one was adding male characters for players. I think a lot of people want this update for the game, and I think it would be incredible if they did add that, and I don't see why. The thing is, when the game came out, I know that not a lot of girls played games, and it was nice that they were like making a game just for girls. I think there's no problem with a boy playing the girl character, like of course there's not, but to actually add boys into the game and then change the whole storyline, it would be a massive update, and I think it would take a really long time. And honestly, if they were making that update, they probably would have been making it by now. Because of how popular the game got, it's probably something they 100% considered. I do understand that the storyline is literally about a girl. The next one was horse personalities. I personally would love this one as well. I think So in this comment they also give examples like the horse being lazy and stuff like that. Again, just a huge update. I would love that if my horse had a specific distinct personality and like everyone's horses did. I think it would really make Star Stable feel more real. Like lazy horses could respond slower to demands. That would be so funny. Or maybe if you could pick which sort of sector of the personalities you're going to get, because obviously you don't want to buy a horse that you want to race and it ends up being a lazy horse. Another dream update was letting friends ride your horses or give horses to friends to look after. I think this would be really nice, especially if they could just like take care of them, but I don't know if this would affect the buying system. If you get to just ride somebody else's for free or look after someone else's for free, that might affect the system, because it might just not make you want the horse as bad, because who wants to pay 1,000 star coins for a horse that you can just ride for free? But saying that, the update would be really cool and I would love to look after my friends' horses. Another dream update was to have a wish list for the global store. I agree. I find it so annoying when I'm looking for stuff and I find something that I want, but I want to continue looking and I'm not sure if I want to buy it or not, and then I lose it. This happens all the time. I don't know why there isn't like at least a basket, so that if you're looking at other stuff, you're still saving the other stuff that you were looking at. One of the dream updates was having your horse walk around in the stable. I think this would be really funny, like even just like maybe them being cheeky, like making a mess or something. And if they were just like actually eating in their stable or sleeping in their stable or something like that, that would be so cute. I saw a lot of people talking about breeding the horses as well. Obviously this game is for young people, not just young people, but it is for a lot of young people, and I guess some kids see it as inappropriate. Like I don't know how parents would feel if their kids knew that they could breed horses. Maybe if they could do it in a nice way, or like a PG friendly way, maybe that would be nice. Then you can like, I think it would be cool to have like a mixture of one of the two horses that you already own. One of them was custom courses with jump fillers and different types of jumps. I think this is what you can basically do in Moorland. And the next dream update was old characters. I agree with you. That is, I don't even want to talk about it. That is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun training my horse. I only got him up to level 6, but it's okay, I'll definitely do more training. Thank you for watching, bye!